Yeah, my NYC. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is happening? Facebook looks different.
Does it?
It, yeah, what is going on right now? Okay. On PC, it looks really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
James Morton. What up, fam?
Are we in? Oh, we are in. There
What
we
in
go.
fact, my dude.
James Morton, what's up, my man? Hey.
I love your salt.
Hold on. Gotta mute. Gotta mute. Here we go. All right, let me share this bad boy.
Share it up. Oh, my lady, Kim Tabor is watching.
Dude, you're finally getting to make her some tasty treats.
Yes, and Kelly Freeman Sponsel. Okay. Kelly Sponsel is amazing.
Yeah?
She's at the lake right now. Watching from the lake.
Well, that sounds terrible.
She's probably skiing.
Really?
Yes.
Which lake?
I think it's in Tennessee.
Ah. That lake. Wait, why can't I share this? What's going on right now?
I just shared it.
Well, why am I so stupid? What?
Nick Drake.
Oh,
first timer. Nick, don't be intimidated by the like the induction ceremony. It's just go with it.
Yeah.
Big Gingy saying my name. Life goals.
Well, we're here to please the people.
That's right, man.
Come join us. Come join us. Wait, no, I don't want to share his worship leader props. I am not.
Pull it down at the top. There's a little pull down.
Come join us. It'll be a hootenanny. How do you spell hootenanny? It's a hootenanny.
I think they'll get the gist of it.
No, I got it.
Really?
Yeah. HOOTENANNY. Hootenanny.
Hootenanny.
Come join us. It's a hootenanny.
Coach Records is in the house.
Oh, Coach Records.
My mother-in-law, Donna Gar, classing up the joint.
Are they still hanging at your house?
They went home.
Oh.
They went home a little too early because it's griddle time, baby.
Oh.
No, and the rogue worship leader is in the hizzy.
May the force be with you, rogue worship leader. Do you ever
Who shot first? That's my go-to Star Wars question.
Do you ever just wake up and have a morning and like this is the coffee cup that you have to use? It's official. You're awesome. And I love that it's printed. Like I'm right-handed, so it's printed. So every time I take a drink of Joe, oh, that's right. I'm still awesome.
I am not a coffee drinker.
You are like the only worship leader I know that does not drink coffee. Well, no.
Can't do it.
Randy Miller does not drink coffee either.
The Velvet Hammer, Randy Miller.
Today's his 50th birthday.
Are you kidding?
He's 50. Yeah.
Randy Miller.
Randy Miller was the worship pastor I served with for 10 years.
Happy birthday, Randy.
Pathway Church. And today he is actually where I named my son Miller.
Randy.
Okay.
Happy birthday, my dude. I hope you're not watching this.
No, I guarantee
he's
playing basketball right now. Guaranteed.
Really?
Every Saturday since I've known him. So we have a school at the church I formerly served at, and they had Tim Tebow come in, and he helped raise money, and they built an outdoor basketball court.
Nice.
That's like baller.
You think Randy's Tebowing on the court right now?
No, Randy's just probably trying not to die because it's like 1,000 degrees out there. Florida is not for the faint of heart.
Oh man, it's even been hot here. I can't imagine being down there right now.
I just want to say sorry to those that are watching right now for the giant pimple on the end of my nose. Apparently, I'm going back into adolescence. I don't know what's going on with my life right now. I tried to touch up my appearance in Zoom, and all it did was take my freckles away. So, 40 years old.
Hey, it happens, my buddy.
Dude, I look like Rudolph right now.
I got one coming in too, man.
Bro, so, okay, so we got some guys that aren't drinking coffee. So I didn't drink coffee until probably about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I have gone from coffee with tons of like cream and sugar to then I went to coffee with just cream. I'm drinking black coffee these days.
Wow. Beast
I don't
mode.
the Nutrisystem, I'm like really trying to like work hard on it. And so, I actually, I'm digging just black coffee.
So Nick Drake, he even worked at Starbucks and couldn't drink it.
Do you think he knows Drake since his last name is Nick Drake? Like,
or does he,
maybe
is
they're
he,
related?
is he the Drake coffee cake empire?
Drake coffee cakes?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yeah. That was a Seinfeld thing.
Oh,
They were always eating them.
gotcha.
Got a lot of people in here, man. Tim Richardson, Colette Williams Graham.
Aw, will you hug Gil for us?
Yes. Hug and smack Will around if you have a chance.
Yeah. Will's got a podcast now.
Does he?
He does.
Brian Trotter.
Trotter, my guy. We'll see him soon.
At the
At
old
the
experience conference.
Okay, I have a Donna R-Gar. Is it like
Yes.
R-Gar or like
That is
R
her
stands for her maiden name?
that is her way of being incognito on Facebook.
Oh, okay, Donna R.
She's sneaky like that.
She's a snake.
Andrew Lamar Hunter.
Oh, we love you too, Andrew.
Absolutely, man. Everybody in here is linked to someone famous today. So
How do you
Andrew
know?
Lamar Hunter, I think he the guy, isn't the guy who owned the Kansas City Chiefs? His last name was it was Lamar Hunt. It was Lamar Hunt.
Oh.
That's right. Sorry. She is a pirate.
My
mother-in-law's gonna love this.
Did you see that? Andrew
What?
Lamar Hunter said she's a pirate.
She's gonna love this, man.
Argar.
My daughter works at Starbucks. She loves the smell of coffee but hates the taste. I would be in that camp.
Really?
I do enjoy the smell.
What about like will you eat like a coffee flavored ice cream?
Yeah, lightly flavored. Yes.
Okay, like a mocha.
I could do a little mocha. Yeah.
Now, can you do any of the fancy coffees? Like
I've tried.
Like if you go to Starbucks and get like a white chocolate mocha.
Not my favorite.
Okay.
If I go to Starbucks, I would get hot chocolate or one of those caramel apple ciders.
Okay, number one.
Yeah.
Their hot chocolate is baller status.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Now, do you want me to change the game at Starbucks for you?
Do it.
Go to Starbucks and get
Yes.
you a mango dragon fruit refresher made with lemonade.
Really?
My niece turned me on to those, and wow, they are delightful.
Luke Anderson, coffee is proof that Jesus loves us. Coach records. Her day doesn't start until she's had some coffee.
Oh, dude, the first tech director that I ever worked with, her name was Becky Campbell. You do not. It's got to be like coffee number 2 by the time you start
Wow.
to chat with her. She
Wow.
would show up with like, what do they call it, a red eye? So it's like black, the blackest coffee with shots of espresso in it. We'll smack Gil and catch a flight to Texas and take care of Will Hunt, baby. I got called to the office so many times for a dude named Andrew Hunt. I would get in trouble because he would tell them he was Andrew Hunt. He now does lights for a CCM artist.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Colette Williams Graham. Okay, so you know Will Diggity Doggett
From
Right.
studio to stage.
from Studio to Stage, who's been a friend of the podcast. You can get a discount on Ableton training if you go to the link in our Instagram bio.
That's right.
Right. So
Yeah,
this
you
is
can.
his parents are amazing.
Mother-in-law,
Mother-in-law and
father-in-law.
father-in-law. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
They're
His in-laws.
some
They
of the
would-
coolest people, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Like, of all the people I'm like super excited to see at Experience, Gil Graham's one of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He likes it loud, man.
He wants
Crank
to get
it.
subs and crank that Soldier Boy.
All the decibel.
He really does want all of them, especially the
So
low.
awesome.
So what are we doing today, chat? What's going on? Everybody that's hanging out in the comments, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I want
What's
to know about your
going?
day. Let's get into our lives. Let's wrap it out. So,
Oh, mother.
mother. Okay,
All right. She says she's going to go take care of him.
that's good to
Little
know.
TCBing.
So today, This
I
was
birthed
happening.
that dude.
I play Brian's voice this night to fall asleep.
Settle in for a nice long night of sleep.
Now
It's unusually low this morning. I'm not
it is.
sure.
It's feeling very whitish. I can just hear now, Brian, like a little bit of rain in the background, some birds kind of chirping.
So, okay, funny
Now let the
side.
tension fall from your face.
Relax. So we were okay. Sidebar. Okay, so Emma's place. We have a little kind of a ceremonial opening this weekend, right? So somebody brought our friend Misty brought a little karaoke machine because everybody has to be outside to socially distance and all that stuff. And so when she plugged in the karaoke machine, and this is just so we can have some amplification, it has a disco ball like light feature on top of it.
Yeah.
And so it's spraying these things all over the place and it's spinning. And I was like, oh yeah, welcome to Emma's place.
That's fantastic. Any chance there would be an online version of Experience for those who can't travel from north of the border? I'll tell you what, I will text somebody right now
And find out.
and I will find that out for you directly.
Our friends from Canada. My nephew, Weston Tabor, griddle expert, providing much tutelage for me over the last few days.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah. He's a ninja. He made pizza on his griddle last night.
Oh, I bet that's good.
Oh yeah.
All right. So tell everybody. So we got the griddle. It's a good
Griddle
day to be
watch.
alive.
Griddle watch has ended.
Yeah. Well, now we're actually watching a griddle.
We're not actually watching it. So okay. The one I ordered still has not come in. So the company in griddles is Blackstone, not a paid endorsement. So Blackstone, I got on their website last
Anything
Sunday.
else is weak sauce.
Exactly. I got on their website last Sunday and they had products listed on their website that they hadn't listed for a while.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh man, they got this one that's got an air fryer built
Whoa.
into it, which is not what I ordered, but I thought, okay, wow, that's cool. And it says Walmart exclusive on it.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, just for grins. It's Sunday night. We're just watching TV. Jump on the Walmart website, and there were 2 in stock near me.
Whoa.
Like
I mean,
10 minutes from me.
Can we say God's sovereignty?
Yeah, exactly. So I've been waiting for months. And God had already answered the prayer.
Yeah.
Right? For my
remember,
children and your children and their children.
Remember the pastor from Red Rocks, he talked about how when the sea was flooded or whatever the second time that they have to cross the Jordan, and it happened way upstream, but the miracle sometimes it's already happened, you're just waiting for it
Just
to
waiting
flow
for
down.
it, just waiting for the flow. So I said to Kim, I think there may be a griddle within 10 minutes of us, but here's the deal. It's a little more expensive than the one we ordered. And so she goes upstairs and she throws down on the table in front of me a stack of gift cards that she has been stockpiling, like Visa gift cards. She's been stockpiling for this very purpose. She throws them down on the table and she says, you get what you want. Jeremy, you're frozen. Can you hear me? You're frozen, like licking your lips. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I'll continue the story for those in the chat. So Kim throws the gift cards down. Jeremy's gone. He'll come. I am the host now. Captain Phillips. Anyway, so we jump in the car and we run over to Walmart. And sure enough, right there on the shelves are 2 of the griddle air fryer combos. Now, I don't know anything about air fryers. I know that the people who love air fryers love them like all the way. They don't subtly love the air fryer. They really like it. So I thought, okay, it's a little more money, but should we do this? Kim says you get what you want. So the problem is it's 250 pounds in the box. So Walmart sends a like 1 kind of an older lady back to help us get this on. It was a whole thing. So got it on the cart. I had to get 4 Walmart employees, strapping young men, to help me load it into the truck, brought it home. And then, being the amazing woman that she is, my wife hired somebody to come and put it together for me. So I didn't even have to do that. So yeah, griddle watch is over. I'll have to, I don't know if your friends, if you follow me on my personal Instagram, I put some pictures up of the first cook. Okay, Jeremy's internet went down. Give him a second. He'll be back. So if you follow me on my regular Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I put some pictures up of the first cook. So everybody had been asking me, what's going to be the first cook? We decided on mushroom and Swiss burgers, because I'm going to let you know a little secret. That is my lady's favorite burger. And she did so much to make this happen. I thought I'm going to honor her with the first cook. So yeah, had a little sauteed onions and mushrooms mixed together, little 80-20 ground beef mix on the griddle. It was real nice. And then I had spent all my time studying how to use the griddle. I had spent no time, 0 minutes, figuring out how to use the air fryer. So my lady walks out and says, "Hey, we should throw some tots in the air fryer." So that was kind of a happy accident. We threw some tots in the air fryer, made it happen. First cook on the griddle. If you're just tuning in, Jeremy's internet went down, so he will be back in a moment. So I am attempting to entertain the folks in the chat with stories of the new griddle. If you have never had, like, if you've ever eaten at an old diner or whatever, you've had food cooked on a griddle. It's like an old school flat top. It's steel. It's not quite the same, but it's very close to like cooking in an iron skillet. It's kind of like that. But there's a whole process of seasoning the griddle. Like you have to season it, which that probably took me a couple hours to get that done. And very, very happy. And the air fryer works great. So, man, look for some more tasty treats coming to you from the air fryer griddle combo. Long awaited, but better late than never. And it's here now. Here's the problem. Here is a problem. So he assembled it in my garage. Now I told you it's about 250 pounds. And we're leaving it in the garage because we're having some work done on our deck, which happens this next Thursday. So the problem will be getting it from the garage to the deck. So I'm going to have to call in some neighborly favors to make that happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, re-entering the chat.
Is it still going?
It's still going. I've been entertaining them with stories of the first griddle cook.
Oh man, I want to hear the stories of the first griddle cook.
It was strong, man.
I
Mushroom and
no
Swiss in honor of my lady.
Oh, I mean, you said that Kim deserved tasty treats.
Well, she upped the game, like with the
oh yeah,
with the more expensive griddle, and I thought, you know what? Who loves you, babe? I do.
People are wanting to know about the cleaning process.
So then you clean it. Here's what you do. You use soap on your griddle one time, and that is to clean off the packing stuff.
Okay.
And then you wipe that down. So after you clean it, a couple of sessions of you turn it on, you turn it back on, you let it cool, turn it back on low, scrape all the particles off, all the food that's left, and then you just water, scrape again, water, scrape again, and then before you're done, when you feel like it's clean, before you're done, you put another little coat of oil on there, and you shut her down.
So it's sort of like taking care of cast iron.
It's a lot like that.
Gotcha.
It's a lot like that. Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. It puts a real nice sear on those burgers.
Oh, I'm sure it does. That's the best part of anything. So I would 100%, if I get a griddle, hibachi like 3 times.
Oh man, I was gonna hibachi last night, but just we got home late and didn't get it done. That'll be my next meal.
Yeah, like if I can figure out exactly what's in what they say, what do they call it? The Japanese Dr. Pepper sauce.
Okay,
They would say,
so
"Oh,
here's what I did.
yeah.
Candace Payne got a griddle for Mother's Day.
Oh,
And I told her I was getting a griddle as well. And she challenged me to a griddle off. So when I got mine, I asked her, I think we need to figure that out. We need to stream a live griddle competition between
we
me and
could easily
Candace
do
Payne,
that.
Chewbacca Mom. So I asked her, what do I do? You got any pointers? And she said, follow the Hungry Hussy on YouTube. So the Hungry Hussy is this dude who's been griddling for years, 80,000 YouTube followers or something like that. So I followed him. I followed a few others, and he has a great hibachi. It's like a 14-minute video. He walks you through the whole thing.
Dude, I'm telling you, I know for a fact I could do the egg. Because, dude, I meant to
I
send you a
want
video.
to see that.
I meant to send you a video. Yesterday, we were cleaning out our garage, starting to make room to get ready to sell our house so we can move down south. And I was bouncing. I got a golf club out and I was bouncing a ball on the wedge like Tiger Woods always does.
Yeah.
And I still got it.
That's hard to
I can
do
bounce
too.
that thing forever, dude.
That's not easy. That's not
No.
easy.
So I totally feel like I could do the egg. And I want to learn to do
Nice.
the flippies with the griddle.
Absolutely. Come on up, dude. Spatula. Yeah, the spatulas are like 5 pounds each, man. They're so huge.
Yeah, but when you make that,
Absolutely.
tell me you don't feel like super official.
Colette says, what type of oil? So they recommend that you season it with flaxseed oil, which I
Ooh.
did. And then you throw down a little olive oil. That's griddle lingo. I'm going to throw down some olive oil.
I'm surprised you don't use canola oil because it's got a higher smoke point.
I think they say you can use just about any oil,
Gotcha.
but for some reason the manufacturer, maybe they grow flax seeds. I don't know, but they recommend flaxseed oil. So
well, I think that's what they've been saying too for cast iron. So it's probably got a really high smoke point also.
Gotcha. It was fun. It was hot. I'll tell you, standing over that thing with all the burners on high, 4 burners high, and trying to get the oil like into the corners. And
yeah,
it was hot, man. I was heated.
BT was heated, y'all. He be heated.
But I'm going to love it. It's going to be that's going to be a great thing. So
I'm cooking again today.
What are you cooking?
I'm making, because it was a very large hit last weekend, I am making smoked queso again.
Ooh.
But I'm changing up the recipe a little bit. I'm adding I'm going to do some roasted poblano peppers I'm going to throw in there and some white onion. It's going to be the best. They didn't tell us what they're doing.
Yeah, they never did.
We got into griddle talk, and griddle talk, I get it. It like pulls everybody to the side, but
most people don't know what a griddle is.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a foreign concept to many people.
I feel like I could kick the crap out of some omelets on that griddle.
I really would love to see, we start services this weekend.
Yeah.
So I got to head down. I was thinking of doing an omelet for lunch.
Oh. So are you back to a Saturday night service and all that stuff? Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that when we pod.
I would just say this. Today's my pastor's birthday. Shout out to Chris Philbeck, my senior pastor. It's his birthday today.
Dude. Happy birthday, old Philly boy.
Right. And he's got a
Phil and Randy. That's crazy.
That's like the Mount Rushmore of.
I know. Do you have a share a birthday with anybody famous?
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you share with?
George W. Bush.
What?
And I think it might be Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Rocky.
That's awesome.
What about you?
Barry White.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, your voice is low. I can't imagine.
Happy birthday, Gingy.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. All right, dude. Because I go on solo baby watch here pretty soon because my wife has to go to an open house.
You got to get this done, man.
We got a pod real quick.
Got a pod. Got a pod. Time to pod. Everybody ready to clap?
No, not yet. I got to open Studio One again. I forgot. I had to restart my computer.
I'm not recording yet either. So, yeah. So, you guys know the drill. Jeremy claps 1, 2, 3, or sorry, counts 1, 2, 3. We clap on 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna count
And
to 3. I'm gonna clap to 3 and just say number 4.
and here's the deal. Today, it's kind of a first time for us, right?
For what?
I mean, we don't have a guest.
We don't. I mean, we do. We don't. We have a new segment though.
We have a new segment,
Like
but
a
you're going to
brand-
see like a lot of the podcast today.
Oh yeah, you are.
All right.
Oh yeah, a lot of the pod.
A lot of pod.
All right, let me check these levels for Jeremy. Okay, mine's 12. I love
We
you.
be pod.
Go. We be potting. Potty people.
I'm going to get the bell out.
Nah, nobody wants the bell. All right, here we go. Where are we at? All right, BT, do you want to pray for us?
Should I record?
Oh, you haven't recorded yet?
No, I'm recording now.
Record on this computer. All right, record it.
I'll pray.
Thanks, man.
Father, thanks for the day. Thank you for all our friends who've joined us, and just thanks for the opportunity to have conversations with people about their ministries and to get to encourage them. And God, I pray that you would use this time. That's something they would hear, would encourage them in their walk with you, in their ministry. I pray that you would bless their families. For those who are gathering for in-person services, I pray that you would protect them, protect their congregations and their teams. And I just pray that you would be lifted up all over the world this weekend, Father, every day, of course, but all over the world as churches gather. I pray that you would be exalted and that lives would be changed by the power of the gospel. Thank you for this opportunity. We don't take it for granted, not for a single second. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Real quick, before we get started, Luke, Anderson, if you're still there, there's potential of some live streaming. So it's not confirmed yet for Experience, but there's some potential. So.
Potential.
All right, my man, you ready? Oh yeah, here we go. Clapping time. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Clippity clap.
Here we go. Welcome to episode 87 of the Worship Leader Probs podcast, where we aim to encourage, entertain, and equip worship and tech leaders all over the world. Sponsored by Planning Center Online. What's up, Big Tasty?
What is up? What is up?
Dude, I'm a little nervous right now. So we're podding right now, like we do every Saturday morning.
Yep.
And then pretty soon here, my wife's leaving, and I got 2 hours with the baby by myself.
Oh, man.
This will be the first time.
Well, teach him how to smoke. Teach him about that bark, man.
Okay, so like the smoker or
yeah, the smoker.
Okay,
some tasty meats, man.
I feel like he's a little early for a cigar, but
yeah, some tasty treats.
Yeah, dude, we're making some smoked queso today. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice.
But hey, before we go a little too far into the podcast, why don't you tell all of our lovely listeners a little bit about Planning Center Online?
Absolutely. So, Planning Center, we love Planning Center. And these are the tools that you need to be effective in your ministry. So it's a set of 7 online applications. You can subscribe individually or use them all together as a full church management system. Here's what Planning Center can do for you. You can check people into events and classes. You can receive, process, and track donations. You can organize small groups and take attendance. You can centralize everything you need to gain insight into your church members. You can take online event signups and payments. You can track and approve how and when facilities and resources are used. And as we all love the Services app, you can schedule volunteers in any ministry. You can plan services and equip your worship team. I would encourage you to explore and give Planning Center applications a try. 30-day free trial. You can learn more at planning.center.
We asked the question not too long ago, like, would a professional show up without the tools they need to do the job? So like legit,
nope.
Would a worship pastor show up to lead worship without his skinny jeans? No.
Right. Would I show up to the griddle without my spatulas and just use my hands? I wouldn't use my hands.
Would a tech guy show up to run tech and wear all white? No. No. You got to have the right tools to get the job done. In Planning Center, whether you're in worship ministry or in any ministry in your church, is what you need to get the job done.
It's the right stuff.
You got the right stuff. Isn't that a song? Baby.
Probably. Yeah.
Insane.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You parched. Got a little drink of
Got to get a
Joe.
little coffee in there, dude. One of us has to get the Joe going. So, hey, dude, what's going on? How's life? How's the one thing we got to talk about?
Yeah.
So there has been a worldwide phenomenon since about what 2012, 13, somewhere in there, called Hamilton.
Yes.
And I've been trying to get you to watch it. I've
Yes.
watched it a bunch. I've seen it live. I've listened to it millions of times. I don't think you were a huge fan, were you?
Okay, let me first, before I unpack this, I am in the minority, and I
Yes.
realize that I am a doink. I didn't get it. Kim didn't get it. Now, that is not to say I didn't understand it. Like, I just don't get the hype. I
Okay.
know people are hyped, and so people are crying at the end, and
Oh,
people are so, I mean, and I'm so glad it did that for you. It just
Yeah.
didn't do that for us. So, and that's okay.
Okay. So I will be honest. The first time, my wife and I, we were driving to Ohio
Yeah.
last year, and she's like, "You're listening to Hamilton." In the first run through, I was like, "That is the longest 3 hours of my life." Right. And then she was like, well, let me just play some of the bangers from it. So we listened to like Satisfied. We listened to Guns and Ships, Right Hand Man, It's Quiet Uptown. And I was like, okay, I'm maybe starting to feel a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then we get to day 2 of the drive. And I was like, let's do Hamilton one more time. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to fall in love with characters. I'm understanding the story more because it is a lot at one time. Now I'm the guy. I've watched it 4 times since it's been on Disney Plus. I have cried every single time at the end.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah, like okay,
because
so
Lin-Manuel is crazy talented.
Yeah, like I think,
and I have mad respect for him. So I'll try it again.
These moments, dude. Like in the song "It's Quiet Uptown," like all this nonsense has happened. They've lost their son. She finds Alexander's cheated on her. All this stuff, and they're sitting there. They've moved, and there's this moment where Eliza is standing next to Alexander Hamilton, and he's been trying to just say, "If you'll just talk to me, if you'll just this, it'll be enough." And at some point, she reaches over and she takes his hand, and everyone in the background sings "Forgiveness."
Mhm.
Can you imagine? Like,
Wow,
dude, it's just this picture of like grace and forgiveness, and then like when Alexander dies at the end, it's just, oh my goodness, dude! It literally tears me up.
The one of the main ladies.
Okay.
What's her name? Francine. Is there one of those?
Okay, like what's her role?
I'm trying to remember. She's played by a Black woman who is a television actress. I don't remember. Yeah,
Angelica.
That's probably
Angelica.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
And the guy who plays the king.
Oh, did you know who he is too? Man. Do you know who he is?
That's the
voice of Kristoff.
Yeah, the dude from
Frozen.
Yeah, he's got a cannon, man.
And the guy that plays George Washington, Christopher Jackson.
Yes.
So good.
A lot of these people were in the Heights. We saw In the Heights on Broadway right after they won the Tony. So we saw the full original cast, and that was awesome. That was our first like Lin-Manuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miranda. He's incredible.
Dude, so cool. One of my
I will
friends,
try it again.
Yeah, one of my friends from high school mixes front of house for Hamilton on Broadway. Like he's the A1. Wow. Yeah, wow. Super crazy. Like to think from our little town, like this dude, like
that's awesome.
And it's the tale as old as time. He was working for a sound company, I think the story goes. And this was back when In the Heights was like the jam, and somebody got sick. He got called in and did such a good job. They kept him on, and now he's like Lin-Manuel's go-to front of house guy.
Wow.
Like
somebody told me they're making In the Heights into one of these.
Yeah, it's gonna be an actual. Yeah, well, I think that's an actual movie.
Wow. Okay.
So, but here's what I want you to take away from that story. If you're listening right now, I don't care if you're a worship leader. I don't care if you're a tech guy. Like, be prepping now, because you never know when the moment may be that the Lord asks you to step into something.
Always be ready, baby.
And you've got to be ready to roll. You know what I mean? Like I think that's why Scripture talks about being ready in season and out, not only just like with your gifts and talents, but also with like how you present the gospel to people, because like there's going to be moments that God opens up a door And it's like, I need you to walk through this and I need you to be ready.
Absolutely.
So like, it's really easy sometimes to like get down on ourselves and go, well, I'm not serving in Brian's church. Like, oh, they got 1,200 seat auditorium and a PM7 and I can't, but are you grinding now, getting prepared, getting ready? Because what happens one day if Kyle gets sick and you're the guy that's been following him and it's like your moment to step up and get in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know when the Lord's going to open a door. Be ready to step through it.
Be ready.
Dude, I read, one of our street team members, Ali Bachanos, she had this in her story yesterday. Yeah, that's right. Bachanos. Where I sent it to my wife. Hold on. I just want to read this quote to you because it like kicked me in the teeth. Did you see this in her story?
I did. Yeah. She drops a hammer, man.
Dude, she's amazing. Lack of confidence kills more dreams than lack of ability. Talent matters, especially at elite levels, but people talk themselves out of giving their best effort long before talent becomes the limiting factor. You're capable of more than you know. Don't be your own bottleneck. And that just like hit me like wherever you're at, your situation, everything, like don't let that be a deciding factor about how hard you're going to work to get good at your craft.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I will now step off of my soapbox.
Get to work. Get to work, fam.
That's right. All right, dude. So you're back to services starting tonight, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, did you guys do a ticketing system? Like, how are you?
We didn't. We have heard from so many churches that did one that it kind of didn't maybe do what they hoped it would do. So we're just communicating with people. You're going to see some changes, not pass an offering or communion or bulletins or anything like that. And we've got every other row marked, vacant with tape, and the front rows of all the sections are marked off. And so it takes that 1,200 probably down to 350 or 400. So I think we're still doing 1 tonight and 2 tomorrow. So over the course, and we'll still stream all of them. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah. You guys typically didn't stream all your services, right? You only streamed one of them.
We streamed the 2 on Sunday, but not on Saturday. So when COVID hit, we streamed them all, and we're just going to keep doing that.
Yeah, it's really interesting right now. I was listening to the MXU podcast the other day, and they were talking about Bayside. And so when COVID first hit, they were running like 20,000 people between 8 campuses. So everything shuts down. They jump to online. He goes, if you look at the Facebook stuff, they were like in the 6 digits with views. And then if you looked at like their actual website with people watching more than 30 minutes, they were at like 50,000 views.
Wow.
But now here we sit, X amount of weeks since everything first shut down, and their online viewership has dropped 75%.
Wow.
And I think we're all seeing those numbers coming down. But I think one of the things that's really weird right now is like, we all know everyone is on their phone more than ever. Like I bet screen time for people is up 20-25%.
Way up.
But church viewership is going way down. And so like those conversations about like, what are we going to do as the church to keep people engaged? Man, this is going to be super interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Look who it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lori Van Valkenburg making an appearance on the live stream.
Why don't you give him to me and I'll hold him for a bit. Oh, here.
It's Miller time.
There's all that.
Damn. Okay, I love you. All right, I'll edit all that on the podcast. But dude, can you see? I'm gonna hold him up. Look at this. If Rogue Worship Leader's still here, wait, hold on. Look at all the little Star Warsies.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just these weird conversations of like, how are we as a church going to respond to maybe some of what we were doing that we thought was really good may not be working. So trying to figure all of that out, man, that's it's crazy right now. I know we're having a lot of conversations about like, we have X amount of people in the room, but we have, a lot more people online that are engaging. So how do we do an online experience that's separate from our people in the room? We do some stuff with like a tape delay that allows us to like inject other things that the live stream sees that we don't see in house? So do we need to be much more pointed? Do we record keep worship live, but then do a recorded message for those online? So it's specifically
Geared
pointing
towards them.
yeah, because right now you're having to talk through an audience to get to an audience. You know what I mean? And so
we're having those same conversations. Like, when you watch a sporting event on TV, it's designed to be watched on TV.
Exactly.
And so to translate that into our world, we how do we specialize those online experiences for people who are watching online? Because it is different than being in the room. And I'll tell you what else I'm sort of working through in my head. So I think it would be a rare person who is sitting on their couch watching a service online who's actually like singing out loud and really entering. So we're coming out of 4 months of people basically just watching on TV.
Yeah.
So how is that going to affect as we reintroduce in-person services? Is it just going to come pouring out because they've been saving it up, or is it going to change how they engage in the process?
I know people for us, people came out. We were really impressed with how they came out.
Good. That encourages me. I need that, man.
But I'll be honest though, we had a bridge go down that really limited people being able to get to our church. Then it was Father's Day, and then it was like shockingly low attendance. Those that came were in it to win it, but it was like crazy. So dude, it's just, again, it's a weird time, but you know what we need right now, BT?
What we need
to laugh a little.
Let's do it.
Things get so serious. We don't laugh enough in the church. So why don't we get into our first of 3 segments on the podcast today called Prayer Concerns. Each week on the Worship Leader Pros podcast, we like to take just a quick moment and read some of the prayer concerns that you guys get in your churches. And so it's been fun, I think, recently. Like, even though a lot of us, aren't meeting, or we don't have quite as many people meeting up in live, we've had some great comments about live streaming. And so here's what we do. We read these prayer concerns that you guys get, whether it's in the comment section of your live stream or things people write in. And we like to read those because a lot of times, we just ask, how can we be praying for you? And people like to share everything that's going wrong with the church, at least from their perspective. And so we read these each week because it allows you, I think, to see that, like, it's so fun when you see that the big church on the other side of town is literally dealing with the same exact things that you are. And it makes the world feel smaller, and it makes it feel like maybe you're not quite so alone in ministry. So, Big Tasty, what do we got this week?
Got a good crop. So let's dive right in. Prayer concern number 1. When you fix the audio, please hit rewind. I love this song. Oh my gosh.
It's like that movie. You ever seen the movie Click?
Yes, that's a good movie. Yeah.
I need that remote control because I need to hear goodness of God again, please.
That's right. Okay, number two. Okay. This one got me good. Okay. For some reason, the chronologically advanced members of our congregation took to commenting on Facebook cover photos. I'm waiting. Where are you?
What is the
chronologically advanced?
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. The chronologically advanced.
I've not heard that one. I've not heard that one.
That's really good.
Okay. Number 3. A couple of kids who are like 10 or 12 from our church spam emojis in the live chat until I put them in timeout.
Dude, that happens all the time on ours. Like, you just all of a sudden you just start looking and it's like care face. And it's like the same person over and over.
Yes.
You're just like, come on, get your kid in line.
Oh my gosh. All right. Number 4. We had a church member that watches from home contact us saying that when the pastor says heads bowed and eyes closed, he is fidgeting with his papers and not closing his eyes, and it's distracting.
That's incredible.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Number 5. Last one. Bottom of the pudding cup. Hi. I'm unable to find the service on my TV. What channel is this on? Me. It's a live stream, ma'am, on YouTube. Her. What channel is YouTube on?
That. Oh, well, guys, thank you so
Oh, I
much
love
for
it.
sending in your concerns to the Worship Leader Pods. I can't even say it out loud.
That one got me. What channel is YouTube
What
on?
channel is YouTube? Oh, well, hey, again, thank you so much for sending in your prayer concerns to the Worship Leader Probs podcast. If you'd like us to read those, all you got to do is go to www.worshipleaderprobs.com, click on the prayer concerns tab, and there we have a form. We don't ask for your name, your church's name. It's completely anonymous. And again, we just are really thankful that you guys would send those in. So, well, guys, we've got a brand new segment of the podcast that we're really excited to bring with you. So we are partners with 5 Words Media in Phoenix, Arizona. And what drew us to them is they reached out because they were doing something called Free Church AV. And so they were giving away a sound system, lighting system, video system to a church that was going to be up to $250,000. And so we helped them to encourage people to sign up. And at the end of the day, like they actually are for free giving away to our friends at Hope Church in Danville, Virginia, $149,000 of a brand new AVL system.
Incredible.
So we've stayed friends with these guys. And so we asked their owner, Dan Gorley, to just do a new segment that we're calling Gear Talk with Gorley. I know so much of us, as we're ministering to churches and are ministering to our congregants and ministering to the people around us, like it's hard to stay on top of gear that's coming out and to know what's going on. And so we wanted to, because, you know, a huge value for us is equipping you guys with knowledge. And so Dan's going to about once a month jump on and just like, here's a piece of gear that we've just learned about, and this is why you should have it. So check out our first segment of Gear Talk with Gorley. We're going to pause for dramaticness. No. So in post, I'll, to the live chat who's watching right now, in post, I'll cut all this out and we'll put in Gear Talk with Gorley because he already recorded it. So
nice.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first episode with Dan Gorley of Gear Talk. These are going to be good. Dan's a great guy. And so, you know, if you ever have AVL needs, contact those guys. They really have a heart for the church. And
absolutely.
We're very pleased to kind of be a partner with them. So,
and Free Church AV too.
Oh yeah. September 9th, I believe.
Launching at live from the Experience Conference.
Yep. So
be on the lookout. It's a real thing.
It is actually a real thing. You actually could win a brand new overhaul of your AVL system. So, did you see my son just keeps smiling every once in a while?
Does he see himself?
I think he sees Uncle Brian.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Or every once in a while, if I tickle his feet a little bit. So. All right, guys. Well, let's get into our last segment of the podcast before ending out today, that we like to call sliding into the DMs. Insert cool hip hop music here. Well, guys, we have been bringing back sliding into the DMs, and so we get so many questions to Facebook and Instagram, and I don't think we get questions in the TikToks. That's just people laughing at us.
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of times we just don't have time to answer as like in depth as we would, and so one of the questions that we've had lately is, how do you recover in the moment? I think this is great. Like everything's going great. The Ableton's rocking. Oh no, the back screen went out. I don't know the lyrics. Oh no, we hit the wrong video in the moment. So Brian, in your years of ministry, how have you handled kind of recovering when things don't go according to plan?
Not always well. I'll be totally honest. I have not always handled it well. Because it is quite something to be standing in front of a room full of people, no matter how many people are in there, and being the person who has to navigate through that with them.
Yeah.
I will say I have sort of gotten away from acting like nothing happened.
Okay.
Because everybody in the room knows that something happened. And I think it can be a good moment between you and your congregation. You know, your pastor is going to stand for 35 or 40, 45 minutes and really share personal stories and all those things. And as worship leaders, we don't get as much of a chance to do that. And so I think when things go wrong, it can be a cool moment for them to see you as a real person. They can see you as a a leader, a real person who's walking through something. Maybe they're not, leading worship in front of a few hundred people or whatever, but when something happens at their job, they can relate. Oh, they're just like me. Something just happened to him. So, you don't have to take 15 minutes to do it, but just to say, hey, you know what? We're going to start that again.
Yeah.
And be real as you're walking through the moment. Because everybody in the room knows something happened.
Oh, absolutely. For the longest time. So when I was in marching band, our band director would always say, if you're going to make a mistake with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would always say, like, let's say we're doing, the whole band's coming forward and it's that big moment in the song and we're going to hit the hash and everyone goes left and you accidentally go right. He would always say, you go right as if everyone else is wrong. So like, I just kind of feel like in the moment, dude, just roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's okay. And it's okay.
I just own it. Like there was a week I was starting to get into parallel compression. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I was trying to put a singer, give them a little bit more in a reverb. And I slammed them into the compression channel and the mic rang back so loud. Like it was so loud. And everybody turns around. I just go, my bad. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like, look, we're going to make mistakes. Like we live in an age like, dude, what we do at my church now, there are so many moving parts, so much automation, so much, you know what I mean? Like, and it's technology. It's not going to work perfect every single week. I don't care.
Sometimes it just happens, man.
Dude, like we were real thorough last weekend trying to get everything up and running and rolling and all that kind of stuff. And the ProPresenter computer froze right before service. And there was, when it came back, it did something weird in the ATEM software. And like, it was like totally out of, and it was so far removed from everything else. You just missed. So, the live stream sounded a little clipped. We figured it out. We like, all right, we fix it next week. You know what I mean? Like there are some things like, okay, if there's lack of preparation, like, and you're making mistakes, okay, we need to talk about that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But like, if we're doing all that we can, it just happens. So like, just be a pro. I remember years ago, I forget what song we were starting. This isn't my last church. And it was, Randy started singing the wrong lyrics. It was in the wrong key to a different, like, he just stopped and goes, look, I've been here 4 years now. This has never happened before. We're just going to start again. People laughed.
Yeah.
It was a grace-filled moment and we jumped back into it. You know what I mean? Like it was good.
We made the transition from Aviom to Live Mix, which are this is the same principle, but different. And so we were having some kind of a software problem with the brain that controls all the Live Mix boxes. And so it would never, ever, ever happen in rehearsal, but only in services. So like we would do a 90-minute rehearsal before the service. It worked like a charm. We come out to start the service and nobody has anything in their ears.
Oh gosh.
And we're trying to communicate that to the booth, which is all the way in the back, the back of the room. And so there were times when I would just have to stand up and say, hey, sometimes things don't go like you planned. So we're going to pray and we're going to start in a second and it's all going to be okay.
And everything's going to be great. I think, man, we strive for excellence all day, but the Lord's going to honor the mistakes. Amen. Like we can still praise him through it. He's big enough to handle all of that.
Yep.
And a lot of times it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
You okay?
Cutie.
He's fine. It's just kind of shocking how cute my kid is. Like I know everybody says that, but like I just never would have guessed this is how the Lord would have blessed my family. Well, guys,
so awesome.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 87 of the Worship Leader Problems podcast. Hey, we need your help. Will you tell your friends? Will you tell your family? Will you tell your worship teams? Will you tell your tech teams all about this podcast? We'd love for you to go in and review, like, and subscribe. So, when you subscribe every Tuesday morning, you're going to get this little notification. That's going to be like a bright ray of sunshine on your day when you get to hang out with Big Tasty and Big Gingy. So we need your help in that. And guys, don't forget, Experience Conference is coming up. Free for Church AV is coming up soon. We're going to be, Brian and I are going to be hanging out here soon at Hope Church, where they're going to get that. And we're going to do a bunch of live streams, and you can hang out with us through that. And so, gosh, there's lots going on these days. Don't forget about the Coaching Network. We had another great session this last week.
We did. Yes, we
talking
did.
about having a broken relationship with the senior pastor and getting to know each other and how to work with each other. And so you can actually go to YouTube right now, search Worship Leader Probs, and you can watch that session for free.
Special guest Mac Brock.
Mac Brock joined us and led some worship at the end, and it was an anointed time.
That's awesome.
So, guys, thank you again just for listening, and we love you guys so much. Until next time, see ya.
Deuces.
All right. Stop the recording on that. I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to save the recording here.
Chat, thanks for joining us, man.
Dude.
Always good to have y'all with us.
Now I want an omelet after you talked about an omelet.
Yeah, I'm thinking hard about that, man.
How much time do you have before you got to get off to services?
Well, it's different, because we had the full deal on Wednesday. We had a full rehearsal and all that stuff. So it's way less than it used to be. So I might have time.
Oh,
we'll see.
Dude, I'm going to send you. I saw this video of making hot dogs in like New Jersey, and they do it on a griddle.
Nice.
And all the accoutrements that's on it. And it's like the griddle's almost a little on an angle. And on one side, they had like oil, and they're almost like deep frying stuff. And then they had all the onions and peppers griddling on the other side. In like a pita bread. I mean, it looked real nice.
I love some pita.
Yeah.
Love it. Well,
thanks
gang.
for joining us. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, and seriously, man, if you're still in here, review, write words, do the 5-star thing, but then write something positive. We need your help.
How can you be Western North Carolina? Can you be 2 directions at one time? So what would be Western North Carolina?
Boone.
Okay.
Asheville, Drexel.
I've been to Boone.
Have you? Have you been to Tweetsie Railroad?
No.
I've been to Tweetsie Railroad.
Joe Dolan. You have a great weekend too, Joe Dolan.
Absolutely, man. Y'all are the best.
I want to see if I get Miller to smile. Can you smile again for everybody? Can you smile for everybody? Nope. You're just going to chill. Well, chat, be praying for me. I got to watch this kid by myself. I just asked Lori, I'm like, what happens if he cries? She goes, 2 things. Check his diaper, see if he's hungry. I was like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound hard.
Probably not the smoked queso, but you can. South of Asheville and Hendersonville. Yeah.
I've been to Hendersonville. So when I graduated high school, that was our big family vacation that year, is we rented a cabin in Hendersonville and we hung out.
Hey, Jeremy, are you close to Black Mountain? I had one of the best man at my wedding was from Black Mountain, North Carolina.
Oh. So like, I would totally be your best man now, right?
I mean, I think it goes without saying.
Obviously. Dude, we your bachelor party, we'd griddle so many things. We would smoke meats and griddle things.
Yes. Put them side by side.
We'd have Long Ear there.
Oh,
Chris McClarney.
Yes.
Nick Drake, just press the reset button on him and he'll be fine. Is that his belly button? Boop, reset. Reset. Yeah, dude. One of the things I have been thankful about becoming a dad at 40 years old, there is a certain amount of wisdom that you don't have at 20 to like rationally think through, okay,
absolutely.
What's happening in this moment?
Life,
you know what I mean?
man. Yep, absolutely.
BT, look at these little feet.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Kick, 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 kick. He's kicking. He gets up in the morning, and when you unswaddle him, he stretches and like he just, and then he lays on the bed, and Lori just like has him at like, she'll be sitting Indian style, have like there in front of her, and he just looks at her and laughs and kicks his head back and smile. This kid loves his mama.
It's awesome.
So, well, guys, thank you.
Good day. Always good to be with you, fam.
We love y'all a lot.
Yep, we do. Hey,
All right.
rate and review,
Rate and review,
rate and
obviously.
review. We need it.
And don't forget, you can go to our YouTube channel. You can catch up on some of the coaching stuff. We're going to be
Yep.
posting more and more content in there, some devotional stuff, just kind of maybe some life and crazy. And so
Absolutely.
because we got Experience Conference coming, we've got
Free Church AV
Free Church AV.
install.
So I'm almost thinking a little series on YouTube called like The Adventures of Gingy and Tabor and Tasty. Or I like The Adventures of Tasty and Jer. And we're just gonna we'll just chronicle hanging out, and you guys
Do
can
it.
be a part of it.
Let's do
Jeremy
it.
gave us 5 stars.
Jeremy, you rock.
Well, you have a great name, so that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, this is a sign he's getting hungry when he starts eating his
Uh-oh.
hands. What are you doing? All right, you guys. Well, we love you, and
You're the
we're
best.
really thankful. We'll see you next Saturday.
Sounds good.
Peace.